Alright. Alright, let's start this shit. So we are watching a replay analysis of Katarna in EUW, and he is currently, what was he again? He's currently gold 3.
Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll find yourself respawning.
Okay, let's see. He's up against the Ziggs, and he goes Dark Seal first. Perfect. Honestly, if you're looking to play aggressive early, it's okay to get Longsword as well. But, you know, against Ziggs, it's not 100% guaranteed, so we'll see how he plays. If he plays aggressive, then he could have potentially went Longsword.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, so against Ziggs, I would advise to poke out early. Let me see if he has MR. Do you have MR? You have no MR, but you have a lot of AD. Holy shit. So you are looking to play aggressive. See, does he have MR? Yes, he does have MR. But I would suggest early on, you should probably just like Q him as much as you can. So I know you're scared to get hit by the Q, but you could totally play around it. He does have the auto as well. I think the one thing you should do is try not to stay near minions. Did hit you with that auto. Thing is, if you have like all AD, you're looking to try to poke someone down, especially in your runes. You're looking to play aggressive, so you wanna trade health for mana at this point, so that you could easily all in him later. But you got hit by 1Q. Honestly, you shouldn't be too scared walking up to this guy. The only thing he has is Q, level 1. Level 2 now he probably has E, but level 1, like, the moment he uses his Q, that's your time to walk up for like the next 5 seconds. Okay, so he misses Q. That means you can walk up. Nice. Oh, so he got W first. Okay. So yeah, it was nice that you took advantage of his cooldowns. Oh. Nice. Okay, that was a good gank by Lee Sin. Now you just gotta shove this in hard. Yeah, probably not shoving the next one. Graves is there. You can tell Lee Sin to help you shove. Yeah, Lee Sin's gonna help you shove. You should probably. If you don't want the CS, I guess that's okay. But he was giving you the CS. Okay, so you got Amtome and Longsword. Okay, it's fine for you to build. I think against the Ziggs matchup, eventually it turns into where like he can just out push you and just like clear the wave all day. So like in that case, I like to go Sork Shoes, because when he's clearing the waves, or like if you can out push him and clear the wave, you have all that time to just roam. And Ziggs isn't looking to fight you; he's just looking to farm. But if this Ziggs decides to overextend, and if he's that kind of Ziggs that doesn't respect your damage, then you can constantly kill him. So building that extra damage is fine. I think the Longsword and Antome is a good buy though. I think getting that extra damage early is good, and then maybe your next buy you'd want to get boots, because for me lately I've been loving Sork Shoes early. Nice one. Yeah, so with the Antome and the Longsword you were able to kill him. One thing here is when you see Ziggs like backline minions low, you should see that coming, because you know how he queued it. He's trying to queue you at the same time. The way Ziggs wins out like a super hard poke is by queuing the minions, getting minions, and also hitting at the same time. So keep that in mind. That's what they want to do. So yeah, you got hit by that for free, but it doesn't really matter. It's a good all in. You could have shoot put there one more time, potentially. Like well, let me see your skills. So you jumped in, right? Shimpo's up in 2 seconds. W. As soon as your Shimpo came up, you could have Shimpo'd onto him one more time, get the Shimpo reset, and then kill him afterwards. So just remember that you have that extra Shimpo you could fit in before you pick up your W. And like maybe in that case it didn't matter, but like more or less like it's gonna matter in some other situations. So yeah, here you want to shove out because Graves is top. Okay, so you're back. Let's see how much money. 600. So you can get like a longsword. I would get boots, but I think you'd want more damage. Yeah, so you get revolver.
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker!
Okay, look at all the sides of the map. Yeah, nothing to do here, so you just walk back mid. Ziggs has double Dorans. Okay, so here, see what he does. It looks like you're trying to. I'm not sure what you're trying. I don't know why you're playing so back. I think you should play more aggressive on this guy. Like, cause he has to walk up for that CS, you know. So like, see all those minions. If you position yourself closer, I know you wanted to, you know, farm the minions without taking any damage, but you're in a pretty big lead here. You have like maybe like 40% XP and he just hit level 5, so like you should poke him down a little bit more so that at level 6 you can all in him. And you want to be able to poke him out or like keep him at a decent health, and you know, if you walked up, queued him and Shumpo'd out, that's completely fine too, you know? Like you don't have to necessarily all in him or anything like that. You just want to throw Qs just like the old cat. So that's completely fine as well. I feel like here you're playing a little too scared and you're letting him farm. You're the one that's ahead. He's afraid to get close to you. Why are you so afraid to get close to him, you know? But he decides to walk forward and you're level 6. So within this giant wave, if you didn't E for that, that would have been good. See, Ziggs is making a mistake by walking up and trying to, like, I don't know, poke you under tower or something. Use your W here, that's also bad, because now you don't have it up when you hit 6. Here, when you use your Q, I think I would have just like try to safely try to clear the minions instead of trying to get the minions, because you know Ziggs doesn't have flash, you know Ziggs doesn't have ignite either. So he can't really get away from you. Once you hit 6, you have complete control of this guy. Like, you can completely outdamage him. But use your skills to clear the wave when you could have patiently waited for the minions to die, see if you hit level 6, and then all in him when he doesn't expect it. So that was your opportunity there, but you don't have all your skills up. Okay, hold on. Let's see what Graves is at. You should be looking here. Should be looking downwards. Like, Graves is free kill because he's no mana. Like, you should be looking down here and trying to help Lee Sin. It looks like you're trying to play aggressive, but honestly, like, you're playing so back that, like, the only thing that you're letting yourself do is you're trying to just set up with the Q and trying to all in him and trying to poke him out that way. In reality, you could Eon to him. You could zone him out with your Shumpo range and tell him that if you get into my Shumpo range, you're fucking dead or you're gonna get chunked. It's okay if you can't kill him completely. You could just chunk, don't even ult, you can just chunk him and just back up. You don't need to like go for that perfect all in to kill him. No. If you chunk him and it forces him to back, that's a huge win for you too, because you can get more farm and he loses more farm and he's not even level 6 yet. So keep that in mind. Like easy. Like, he was gonna queue this minion, you could have easily walked up. You know? I think you're kind of letting him bit you in a way. Like, you're not playing up front. You're playing way too scared. You're playing like at the outer range of his like Q, so that like whenever you get into the range of his Q, like, all right, I wish I had like a pen or something or a marker, but let's say like this is where around here, this is where it's like Q range. Can I like ping? No, I can't. But this, imagine like this is where his Q range is, like the max Q range, where he's trying to throw like before it starts bouncing. If you ever get into that range, he's gonna throw that Q. That's what he's gonna do. You're playing so back to where like once you walk up towards it, it's so obvious that you want to like go up for a farm or something like that. If you play more up, if you're constantly like in his zone, there's a lot more pressure on him. Especially like if he starts autoing or something, minions start to attack him too. So you gotta keep that in mind. you gotta be more confident in your dodging abilities, especially because he's level 5 and you're level 6. You have a huge advantage. He has no sums either. You have ignite, so you're the way you're positioning yourself in lane is way too scared, especially against someone who has like less of an advantage, who's obviously weaker than you are right now, because you have revolver, you have longsword, so play up on him. Proc your revolver or something. You bought it for a reason, right? Okay. He gets so scared. Lee Sin coming in. Lee Sin's poking him out for you. Like, you should be doing that yourself. There's so many opportunities to do it. So now he's so now you want to like kind of play up on this guy. Oh, okay. So you decide to. Was it you decided to War Dragon? Okay. I don't know what made you think that. I don't know what made you think Dragon was there, but honestly, like, that's a bad word because, first of all, this ward only shows Dragon, and I don't think you had any information as to if they were doing Dragon or not. I think maybe because you saw bot lane like disappear, but honestly, that's not enough information. Honestly, like, you should ward here. Ward on top of the thing or something, cause then the whole river is shown. You only show Dragon Pit, so anyone who walks over here, you can't see them. But if you ward here, you get to see Dragon if they do Dragon, and you can see the river too. So you should have just warded there. But it's good that you went for a ward. Okay, so you want to. Look at that. You didn't even have your W, yet you scared him off. You could have done that way before, and he's level 6, you know? So, like, it just shows that you could have played a lot more aggressive before. He has no mana, so what you want to do is you want to play up in his zone. You have 2 pots, too, so if you get hit, it doesn't matter. He has no pots. So, look at the advantage you have in terms of items. What does he have? 52 AP, you have 72, and on top of that, you have a longsword. Like, you're super strong. With the 80 when you stack up an 80 runes like that, you want to learn how to play aggressive, and that's the only time when 80 runes kind of come in handy. It's like early game, like super early game. Ooh, okay, nice. Back. Q. Kill him too? Okay. That was well played. I'm telling you, man, you could have played a lot more aggressive on Ziggs. So you guys decided to try to get this. Holy shit! Can you take this? Yes, you can. Okay, you have a huge buy here. That's Gunblade and boots, or boot. Okay, let's see. You have everything. He has everything. Yeah, no, you're using your Q to set up way too much. You're using your Q way too much to set up. Like, if he uses his Q like that, you can E onto him or something. Like, you waste a lot of damage by using your Q, because first of all, you're queuing the minions, and that's what you're maxing first. You want to queue this guy. That's why Eat W is better, because you get to actually hit him with your Q. Setting up with your Q is something you want to do to try to when you're trying to play safe and poke around and stuff like that. But Eing onto him is a lot more guaranteed. But he got way too close, and then you had everything, so you're able to kill him because you're obviously stronger. Okay, so that's Gunblade, and you get boots. Okay, goodbye. You could buy ward too. Honestly, warding like around here, like control warder here, pretty much will always like give you vision here. But now that your mid lane is gone, there's a lot less pressure in your mid lane. So because the wave can push up to here, so they have to cover like this whole area where you only have to cover this much. So that's why you have a lot of pressure. You can just constantly shove in and just look to roam. The reason why control ward is good is because if you're walking around their jungle often, you can see where there's no wards. So okay, so you ward there, that's good. You honestly, like, Okay, you might go for the kill here. E onto him. Q. And then E again. Nice. Okay. Now you want to just go bottom. Now you want to go bottom. This is your time to look at the map. So like, alright. This is mid lane. And the only person that can keep track of mid lane is Ziggs, right? So the moment you get rid of the pressure mid lane coming from the enemy team, that's when you can start applying pressure around the map. So you kill Ziggs with Gunblade. You could have Shimpoed more onto the edge and you would have probably killed him a lot sooner. But okay, so you clear the wave. Right? Minions are coming up here. That's one thing. But the moment you clear vision of anything that gives vision on you on the enemy team, this is your time to roam. Look. No more vision. You clean the minions, you kill the mid laner. Nothing's gonna really happen here. Except for the minion waves are gonna meet here. This is your chance to roam. They're not gonna see it coming. It's hard to call me on this kind of stuff too. The moment you kill all their minions. So this is your chance to roam. So you should be looking around the map. Can you go top? Oh, Tryndamere is pretty low, and he can potentially kill Warwick or whatever. Yeah. But if you look bottom, Graves is low, Varus is low. So you could be thinking like, oh, maybe I should like go around here and dive bottom and help them get the bot tower instead. But let's see what you decide to do instead. So you decide to just shove mid. And you decide to keep pushing mid. Okay. Ziggs is up now. Ziggs ults. And you get, out of this whole thing, you get like one wave and you get about 40%, no, 30% tower down. But the problem here is that you're not applying pressure around the map. If you're strong, you want to take over the whole game. You want to help out your laners. You want to kill everything around the fucking map. That's what Cat does. That's what a fed Cat would do. She would go top, she would kill top, she would roam bottom, she'll kill bottom. That's how you apply pressure around the map. That moment you cleared that wave, you could have went bottom instead. Instead, you decided to deal 30% damage to the tower when you could have killed the Varus here and helped your bot lane get this tower, because there was multiple people. I think MF isn't there. MF died, but Bard was there, and that could have been, that could have led to more openings for you, because how do I say? Well, not really openings, but it just gives you more breathing room for your team. Because if Bard had your help, then you know he can play aggressive on Varus or whatever, and then try to wait for him and try to kill you, and then you're getting other people ahead. You know maybe you could have killed Tryndamere here too. You never know. I mean, he burned everything just now, right? But you're too tunneled on your mid lane, where like, oh wait, are you gonna kill him? You didn't have W. Okay, wait one sec. All right, first let me finish what I'm saying. You should have went bottom just to help out your bottom lane, and there was a good opening. Varus was super low, so you could have just killed him and you could have helped him take the bot tower instead of trying to push out this. Because the thing is, if this tower dies, you're gonna need to make the right moves in order to utilize the fact that this tower is dead. But it's easier to work around a tower that's you know more out the outer towers. It's more easy to work around an outer tower dead than an inner tower dead, because let's say this dies, right? You have control of like this whole area right here. This whole area. All right? Let's say this was alive, and let's say this was dead. You have control of this whole area because there's no vision there. Or well, if they were, there's vision, but there's nowhere to run for safety if they're in this area. So you have potential to control this whole entire area. But instead, if you push that one, you have control of this area, and it doesn't really get you too much. Because if they're here, they can always run up this way. If they're here, they can always run up this way, and there's 2 towers to save them. So you should be really prioritizing these outer towers. And on top of that, you should be really prioritizing helping out your team, and rather not playing so selfishly. That's how you carry games. You can't focus on yourself too much. When people are saying like, oh, like my team feeds or whatever, that like you like these are one of the reasons why you're playing a little too selfish. You're tunneling on your lane too much. And here you have W in 8 seconds. Here you should have just waited those 8 seconds. There's no reason for you to go in because there's no way to follow up on that unless you ulti right on top of his thing. That could have worked potentially too, you know. But he has W. If you weren't so scared of his like little bombs and you just ulted and ignited, you could have potentially killed him too because Gunblade would have slowed him. And you know he has like that little cast time to where like he has to throw the satchel and cancel your ulti. So you know if you didn't play so scared here and took a little bit of damage, you could have potentially killed Ziggs as well. But honestly, the safer choice is if you waited a few more seconds, you probably could have killed him. You just want to keep him interested. Like you don't have to do like anything like. You don't have to like constantly walk up to him or anything. You just gotta keep him interested. You know, let him know that you just want the farm, slow push, or whatever. And you could have potentially baited him in for that kill. Okay, so let's see what you got. You got Sork Shoes. I like that. Bye. Now, Ziggs is pushing in mid, so yeah, it's good to take this. Good to take this minion. So the next move you're looking to do is maybe clear this one and the next wave because it's coming up, and then you roam. Okay, we're looking at Lee Sin here. Lee Sin's probably dead. Oh. Okay, Ziggs is dead. Okay, now you should be looking to help your team. You should be looking to help your team. You shouldn't be farming this, honestly. Drop the farm. Okay, okay. Now you're going. That was poorly played. The reason why that was poorly played was because you threw your Q at a really weird time. So, look. Look, Thresh is running this way. If you throw your Q here, when you're positioned here and Thresh is here and he's trying to run this way, your Q lands here. You can't cut him off. You have Shunpo up. So what you want to do is you can either just auto him and just try to like wait for him, do as much damage before he can actually get away, or you can Shunpo like here and then Q so that you can cut him off. But the thing is, you don't have your W up, and the reason why you don't have your W up is because you used it to farm this wave. That's another thing. Like when you use your cooldowns and something happens, you're not gonna be completely ready for it because you don't have some cooldowns because you're using it on the wave. So try to use as less skills on the wave as you can when something's happening on the map. More or less, I like to just farm with Q and E because Q is on a short cooldown. It's like 7-second cooldown, and you E and you just clear the wave, right? And just auto the rest. But here you could have probably reacted a lot earlier. You threw the Q, so it landed here, which is super awkward. Thresh is running here, so he's completely safe. What you could do is you could have just kept autoing, and then the moment he walked here, let's say you didn't use Shunpo or Q or anything. Let's say you're at this point, you threw your Q, it would like land over here, and you could follow up. It's super important to know like how to position yourself to where you can set up your Qs and follow up and cut them off and stuff like that. Super important. But yeah, you took a lot of damage there, so potentially you could have like been a little bit more healthy, and that would apply a lot more pressure onto the enemy team if you had more health. But it might not matter here. It looks like you want to kill the Ziggs again. You could have honestly went for that. Hold on, you have all your skills up besides ulti. E, W, Q, ulti. No, E, W, Q, ignite would have killed him, 100%. Again, you're playing a little scared. And now you go for this Varus. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. Wait, no, he's not dead. Let's see, here you Gunblade, Q, and you'd have Shunpo. So why are you using your skills? Like, you can't follow this up, you know? You can't guarantee follow this up. First of all, he's full health, and he has heal. You can just assume that he has heal. Like, that's usually what I do. If someone has exhaust, I just assume he has exhaust, unless someone says so. So you can just assume he has heal, or flash, or whatever. You don't have all your skills. You only hit him with Q and E, and you're expecting to like kill him like this. You almost did, but like you should honestly wait. You should wait for your skills to come up before you like try to do something, because then that guarantees you kills. You know, you could have potentially killed him, but it wasn't guaranteed. I'm not sure what you're trying to do here. But you have Ziggs right here, so you EQ. Okay. You have Shunpo. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, you could have like, I don't know, I think you were too itching for that Varus. When you should have been like, you should have seen where your team was and stuff like that. Whoa, what's Bard doing? Whoa, why didn't Graze ulti? Okay, well that's irrelevant. Okay, so you decided to go Ludens or Deathcap. Okay. Well, you are really fed, so that's fine. The reason why building just a snowball item here is good is because Ziggs is like super squishy, Varus is super squishy, Graves is somewhat squishy, but most importantly they can't really stop you from like, they can't really stop your burst as easily as like someone that can shut you down like Malzahar. So it's good. And you are snowballing, so it's kind of the obvious choice. Okay, so you want to kill Ziggs again. Let's see if you do. Honestly, if you look at the map here, what I would have done is I would have probably roamed bottom. Ziggs is just so scared. He's playing super back. That means he's literally applying no pressure on the map. You know? Like, literally applying no pressure on the map because he's afraid to die to you, so he can't really walk up or anything. So this is your chance to just walk around the map and just take over this fucking game. Varus is down here. You could have killed him. Help him take the bot towers, or like, okay, you can't really go top. Okay, let's see who's mid. Okay, so you Q, E, see Graves down there. Let's see what you decide to do. Okay, wait. Did you flash? Okay. Okay. First of all, okay, you did have the damage to kill Thresh. You had the damage to kill Ziggs. Okay, that's fine. But this is what I'm assuming when people say, "Oh, I get so fed, I can kill people, but I can't carry games." Do you know why? It's because you're too focused on getting kills and killing people that you're not really focusing on, you know, the overall objective of this game. You're trying to wither each tower so that you can slowly get into their base, and you're trying to just penetrate into their base slowly, you know? So then if you're this strong, you need to apply pressure bottom so that they're in the same position as you are. If you can take both mid towers, you want to help your bot take both towers as well, both bot towers. You know, that you want to slowly penetrate into their base. That's what you want to do. But here, you're strong. You kill Thresh. You did not need an ulti, because Thresh was super fucking squishy. That's one thing. That's probably why you couldn't kill the Ziggs. You go here. He flashes. Okay. At this moment on, they don't have Thresh. Ziggs is too scared to do anything. So this is where there is no pressure bottom. No pressure bottom whatsoever. Because Thresh is dead. If Varus goes, then he's dead. Because there's nothing protecting him. No support or anything. So this is where you go bottom, and try to do something. But there's a Tryndamere. The moment you saw Tryndamere, you should have been like, all right, I'm out. I'm out. He has exhaust. He has ghost. He has ulti. But then you decide to go for this weird play with Lee Sin. And here you W'd. You flashed and then you E'd. So that like that didn't accomplish anything. You E'd in place. So that didn't accomplish anything either. Okay, let's see what you decide to get. Maybe Blasting Wand or Aether Wisp, either is fine. Okay, let's see where you go. Okay, looks like you're going top to try to help Warwick. Alright, this is the first time you're helping out your other laner. That's good. Okay. Nice one. Oh, that was okay. Alright, let me play out the situation here. Alright, first of all, your pathing is bad. Because if you look at Graves and Tryndamere right now, like the moment you're here, the moment you look at Graves and Tryndamere right now, they're looking to dive this guy. And Tryndamere has ulti, so they can go for dives with Tryndamere. So you should be trying to lane gank and like try to be there when he gets dived. So then you notice that a little bit. So then he gets dived. Tryndamere is tanking tower and he could potentially ulti. So what you want to do is you killed him. You killed him with the Gunblade, and you shouldn't ulti because Graves, as soon as Graves sees Tryndamere die, he's gonna try to run. So you should have just Shumpo'd in on this and then ulti and then W and the Q, or E W Q ulti or whatever, and that would have probably guaranteed that kill. But yeah, you ulted a little too early there. So yeah, that's good. You helped out Warwick. That's good. Oh, Graves is dead. All right, let's see what we have on this map. Tryndamere is dead. Graves is dead. Ziggs, Varus, and Thresh are alive. Ziggs you can easily kill. Thresh is bottom. You can't really assume where Varus is. You can maybe assume Varus is bot as well. You can easily kill Ziggs, so like if you ran it down mid, you can. But the problem with running down mid is that Tryndamere is up in 18 seconds. And it's only going to be you and Lee Sin pushing in mid. So you shouldn't be pushing in mid. The guaranteed option here is to push bot. Because you have to push out this wave and you have to wait for the minions to walk up in order for you to get this inhib tower. I mean, to get this, the inhibitor. But bot is still up and it's easier to get. If you helped bot get these two towers, your bot lane could have potentially already been around here already, and you guys could have collapsed all this inhib. That's why it's so important to help your side lanes get their towers, because it just gives you that pressure. Like you have so much more control over the map when you take out more towers, you know. So I'm not sure what you decide to do here. If you guys decide to push mid, I don't expect you guys to take the inhib tower at all. Okay, Varus is also mid. You can potentially kill them both. Tryndamere is now up. Okay. And now you guys get nothing. Okay, so Ziggs goes way too close. Dies there. WQ. And you did no damage to the inhib. So you can see that was obviously not the right move. You're so tunneled on this mid inhib, and the fact that it's open, you're like, oh, I gotta get it. It's easy. When you gotta make it easier for yourself to get it. It's super easy to get inhibs if you're in position to get the inhib. So you see here, MF is trying to push down the tower. Now she finally pushes down the tower. That's good for her. But you could have definitely helped get these two towers like a lot sooner. On top of that, dragons were up. You had a bunch of times to get free dragons just because you're so strong and you want to look for team fights. You know, dragons were so free. I actually totally forgot about dragons. Like, now I think about it, just because I was so focused on, you know, trying to rotate and trying to get these towers. Because the moment you get these towers, let's say you get this tower, let's say you get, like, let's say it was this position, and you could have helped to get it like 10 minutes ago. If it was in this position, dragons would be so easy because they would have to walk into the fog, and they don't exactly have a safe point to walk to. So dragon, okay, Bar's trying to get dragged. Ooh, nice dodge by MF. Alright, Bard was being a little bitch there. He could have helped. Okay, Gunblade. Okay. Holy shit, what's going on? Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see the position here. Warwick's dead, Lee Sin's dead, MF is dead. All 5 of them are up. So going for this inhib, they're gonna react very soon. Tryndamere's behind you, and you could assume he has ulti because he's low. Okay then. Where the fuck are they? Wait. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't have been able to get this. You shouldn't have been able to get this. The fact that Thresh and Varus are just here, you got lucky. You actually got lucky. Because they were just standing there. Okay. Okay. W. Oh, and he lives. I actually think you could have played that better. Yeah, you could have just Shunput onto him there. I don't really care. I don't really know what's happening mid, but I don't really care. Okay, so you decide to get Death Cap, and now you're getting Zanya's. I think Zanya's is a bad buy. I think you should be getting Voice Staff because Graves has Edge of the Night, and Ziggs is starting to build MR. Actually, no, Zanya's is actually okay. Just because they don't really have that much MR. Ooh. Okay. So it looks like he's gonna try to do something here. Nope. Okay, Varus is there. So nothing's really gonna happen. Okay, so let's see what your next moves can be. Lee Sin's over there. He's probably gonna go clear top. You can hover around MF because she's applying pressure bot, and you could assume people want to come up and like try to defend it. So then maybe you could sit here and just wait for people to come and use MF as bait. Let's see if that's what you decide to do. So you can assume people are coming right now. Graves. Good job. Exactly as I said. Holy shit. Let me see if you should have helped out MF instead. Okay, you saw Graves there. Yeah, if you kept walking down here, I think this would have been a lot better. First of all, Graves has MR. You have to look at like two sides, pretty much, two sides of your screen. Potentially, they were gonna react to MF, right? But then you saw Graves on the peripheral, and you saw it as a free kill. But honestly, focus on the towers. Focus on the towers. If you see Ziggs and Varus and they're super low, and you can kill them like you've been killing them all game, then that's super easy to just clean them up. Especially because MF was soloing both of them. Let's see what she was doing here. Look at this shit. Easy double. And then once Graves started going, you have MF with you, so then you can try to 2v1 that guy, you know? And Bard is also here. So if you looked at the map a little better and analyze the map, then I think you would have won out that a lot harder. Okay. Decide to go for this. Nope. Okay, so you decided back here. Let's see. You're probably gonna get Fiendish. Okay, now let's see where you can go. So it's 3 mid. This is where you want to go. You want to go around like around. You want to hover around here pretty much because there's 3 mid. Your team is your whole team is all hovered around here. Bot tower is low, and you know this could potentially push, but I can't really tell right now. But then the thing is, this minion wave is here, so you guys can all rush top and collapse, where people have to be mid to protect the 2 towers here. So you want to go up here and pressure the top tower. MF is going bot, so that's a terrible idea because she's super split from the team. If you see, all right, let's say you're this MF, right? Don't do what this MF is doing, because if all the pressure of your team is over here, you don't want to split up. You want to actually stick with them until your team splits up. Then you want to go bottom, okay? Just a little small tip. Don't split up from your team like this. Don't tunnel on towers or whatever. It's good to take towers when you can. Just don't tunnel on them like too hard. Oh, you should be going up here. Okay. You started walking up here. If MF was here, that would have been a fucking massacre. Okay, they know you're there. And I think you're dead. No, you have Shimpo. Rip. So yeah, first of all, MF fucked up by roaming bottom, not doing anything, not actually helping your team. That was, you can use this MF as an example. This MF was pretty much doing what you were doing here when you just kept going mid lane. That's what you guys were doing. It looks stupid from that, like an omniscient point of view, right? You just gotta catch yourself when you're doing these things. You gotta be like, oh, is this the right thing to do? Am I tunneling too hard or whatever? Like, you gotta help out your team as much as you can. So that's why, since you're so strong, you know, you want to be able to use that lead by grouping up with your team, helping your team get them low, and then, you know, and then cleaning up fights. That's what you want to do. That's how you play out the mid to late game. It's as easy as that. It's just that it's hard when your team isn't coordinated, because then, you know, those kind of situations don't happen. Okay, so you should be watching the map. Trindamir's not going. Okay, Dragon's almost up. Oh, you decided to go for this? Alright, that's good. Lee Sin's going in. Okay, nothing happens. That's fine. Trindamir's top. So you guys want to push in this inhib, but let's see your team right here. So you want your team to have like that kind of pressure to where they don't want to walk up. So your pressure here is MF ulti, Bard ulti, and Warwick ulti, and Lee Sin kick. So you gotta stay behind them and kind of let them apply the pressure. Don't stay too up. You should not be taking those wraiths. Okay. Okay, so you're waiting in the sieves. Oh, Warwick. Oh, I think you're dead though. Okay. Alright, yeah, you lost that fight, but let's see what you did there. You didn't really do anything special there at all. Okay, so alright, let's look at what goes on here. Alright, let's say you were here. Alright, that's good. They pick off the Varus. Perfect. MF shouldn't have ultied. That's one thing. Okay, they get super chunked. The way you want to be positioning here is you want to be positioning yourself here, because if you're positioned behind your team and they engage on the team, you're in such a better position. So like, let's say you're here, right? It will give Graves less incentive to walk up like this. And they get super low. If you were here, you're pretty much telling the enemy team, if you walk up and if you try to kill these guys, I will counter engage and I will fight. I will kill you all. You know what I mean? Instead, you decide to ulti in here, which I thought was awkward. Especially on top of the Tryndamere. Like, I don't think all-inning on the Tryndamere is smart. You want to just poke these guys out until you can get to the other people. That's just my opinion. That's what I would have done. But instead, you got fucked up because what Bard was trying to do was he was trying to save the rest of his team. So you are not on the same page as everyone else. You are not on the same page as everyone else. As much as you could be like, oh, Bard ulti fucked me up. It's because you weren't on the same page. Everyone was running and you wanted to go in. Bard was like, alright, I gotta ulti and save my team. You're like, alright, I gotta go in and kill everyone. First of all, if you ulted onto Tryndamere, he would have killed you because he popped ulti. And Graves and Ziggs were there. So even if Bard didn't ulti, you would have died. And around, like, let's say you were back here, and if they're over here, this is the time when you want to, like, when they're starting to walk up, this is the time when you counter engage and you go in. So you want to be on the same page as your team, all in all. Instead, you live here actually, but 3 of them are up. Looks like they want to push. Let's see what you decide to get. You can't get Zhonya's here, but next item has to be Void Staff. Okay, so it looks like they're going for Dragon. Okay, so alright, let's see what it's like. Their dash is kind of low. They're all bottom. You guys can actually rush Baron if you guys make that call. Warwick and TP. So if you guys go on it right now, you guys could have potentially gotten it because they're all backing. They wouldn't have seen it coming. Yeah, your team's making that call to go, but you guys are taking way too long. Okay, Varus is still down there. Go for Baron. Varus is, yeah, they have no fucking idea. Hey, Warwick should be tanking. Warwick is, what the fuck is Warwick doing? Okay, I guess Warwick is distracting them. Did they get it? Oh my god. Is that the end of you guys? Oh. Yeah, if you didn't Zhonya's there, maybe you could have lived. Potentially. But you guys got fucked there. First of all, the call should have been super obvious the moment they started doing Dragon and Varus was pushing top. That means all their pressure is bottom. That means you should be going up to Baron. Second of all, Warwick should have tanked so that you guys weren't so low. So that potentially if they did come in and try to steal it, then you guys could have fought back. So that was just a mix of bad decisions. So now they're pressuring all the lanes. Alright, let me go back. Let me just go back. Actually, no, not yet. Okay, so MF, Varus didn't die. Okay, so you're up now. Could have gotten a blasting one and sold those 2 pots. Oh. Alright, let me go back to the point I was making earlier with the whole tower thing and the fact that like you want to push down towers and like that applies pressure. And you can use that to open up other ways to pressure the map. Let me go back to that point. Okay, let's look at your map here. You have no bottom tower, you have no top tower, you have no mid towers. All you have are base towers, right? So when you look at the map, it's all dark. It's all dark here. So if the enemy wanted to control the bot jungle, they could completely just control the bot jungle because you guys don't have any safe points to go. You don't have mid tower, you don't have this tower, you don't have that tower to fall back on. So this whole entire jungle here potentially can be overextending. Now let's look at the enemy side. So let's look at the enemy side here. So they have this tower and they have this tower, right? If they were like here, if they were around here, they have this tower to fall back on. So this part is like a bit more safer, and so is this part, this area here. That's what I'm saying. If you used your pressure, your lead to pressure the towers, you could have easily like controlled the map a lot easier with your team. They're in a position where they can. Well, I mean, you guys aren't in a position to like push up this far, you know. And look, there's a Tryndamere here, there's a Thresh here. This whole area is just fucking dark, and you have no fucking clue what's going on. They have kind of control. Let's see if Tryndamere uses this darkness and the fact that you guys don't have the tower, this map control, and see if he actually makes a pick off of it. Does Trynd die? Okay, they both die. What the fuck? Okay, so normally they shouldn't be up here if Ziggs is back, Graves is mid, Varus is dead. Alright, they shouldn't be doing these kind of plays. But it just shows that, you know, you always say, oh, you have the shittier team. No, like, enemy is just, they're just as close as you are. That's one thing. Second thing, if the enemies were all like gathered up here and you saw this Thresh and this Thresh actually knew what he was doing and he had people like there to support him, you would have died. Let me see exactly what happened though. Okay, so you plant yourself over. Yeah, let's say you planted yourself over to straight up darkness. That could have been so bad. That could have been so bad. Like, you're just, that's worse than, that's like the same thing as face checking a bush. If you just face check, if you just throw yourself into any kind of darkness, potentially you could die. And that's what it's like in high elo. That's why people in high elo are always so back, because whenever they see like fog, they're like, oh, potentially someone could be there. We gotta play safe. Don't walk into fog. A lot of people still get caught because, you know, like, it's hard to control the. It's hard. How do I say? To counteract. If the enemy is good at controlling the map, it's hard to walk into fog because, you know, they can always be there. But a lot of people still die because if they control the map well enough, then they can potentially just cover the whole like dark side here. Like, they could have like 2 people here, maybe like they have a Fed Graves and they're super strong and he's just walking around here knowing that he can 1v1 whatever, he knows his damage. And then like here, whatever, like, you know, but you don't always assume like, oh, they can't be there. Like, they're not always going to be there. You know? Like, that kind of thing. So people still make that mistake in high elo. So like, you want to get into the habit of not really checking fog and seeing all the information you have before you know, make these kind of plays. Here you had literally no information. They could have all been there and you could have fucking died. But yeah, that wasn't the case. Hope you're building voice staff next. Okay, so alright. You guys are making a play to push mid, maybe? Let me see. Honestly, the smart choice here is to... Okay, they only have 2 alive, right? Thresh is gonna be up, Varus is up, and you have 4 people, so it's gonna be a 4v4 mid. Okay, so yeah, this is a free inhib. This is a good call. Holy shit, wait. Free is not the right word here. Okay, the moment you saw Graves, you guys should have backed. The moment you saw Graves, you guys should have backed. Because that's like their, how do I say? That's like one of the second strongest member on the enemy team, right? And he's not afraid to go in. He wants to go in, and Ziggs also followed up. So you gotta think to yourself, can you win this 4v4 without Warwick? Let's look at your team here. 7-8 MF, 3-1 Bard, 5-8 Lee Sin, and you have you. You don't really have a good setup for you. I think Warwick is probably the best setup for you because first of all, he can CC, he can tank, and he can pick someone off. He's a good front line. Lee Sin isn't a good front line here because Lee Sin is unreliable. You can't always expect Lee Sin to be able to find a pick because it's really hard for him to find a pick. The fact that MF the fact that they just kind of overextended here, you guys should have kind of like, how'd I say? You guys should be like kind of being dodgy when it comes to like them getting close. So MF and Bard being here was overextending. They should have like been positioned like around here, and they should just be kind of like seeing like who comes out of the fog. Because fog is, when people come out of the fog, is super important. Like just knowing the fact that you don't know what's in the fog, that's super important. And you gotta make guesses. But yeah, I guess your team was too weak to do that, so I guess that wasn't free at all. That was actually a really bad call. So bot was a free tower. I wonder if Warwick can get this tower, but he might die for it. Yeah. Potentially, if you guys were together, I think Warwick had to be there, or you guys should have made the call to go bot instead. You can't kill Graves here because he has 2 MR items and a Merc Treads, so he could potentially kill you. Okay, Varus is dead. Let's see if you try to engage on this guy. Yeah, you see what I mean by Lee Sin is unreliable? Yeah, you couldn't jump on the Graves. He's way too tanky. It's because you don't have Void Staff. Oh my. Okay, let's see if MF decides to clean up. Kill the Thresh. Good job. And they're shoving bottom. Oh god. Okay, so nothing's really happening here besides your team is just getting wrecked and your base is getting wrecked. Okay. Okay, so you got voice stab, that's good. I think your build could have been a little bit better. The fact that your death cap, actually no, your build was fine. It's just the way you played with that build wasn't good. Could you have played that a little better? Okay, let's say you did know Varus was in there. Whoa, where's your W? If you had your W, you would have killed him. 100%. If you W'd before you ulted. Okay, so your team has no inhibs, so basically they can run around this whole entire map side. Let's see if they decide to use it right. And you're dead. Point proven. Look. This whole area, this whole entire area they have control of. You can't overextend here. This is technically overextending. This whole area is in their control because you have no inhibs, you're forced to stay inside the base. Let's see what they're doing. They see you and they want to fuck you up. And you totally didn't see that coming. You walked over here and that's dangerous. That's dangerous. There's just you don't have no vision here. You don't even have vision here. If you had vision here, potentially you could have. You know? But yeah, now you're dead. And you can see now the importance of fog. And oh, MF dies too. Unfortunate. And now you guys are dead. Okay. Alright, let's go over this. There was a lot of things, a lot of really like obvious things that I could talk about. So first of all, your laning phase was okay, but you're using your Q too much to set up. When Q is part of your damage, that like Q is a big part of your damage early because you're maxing it first. So you want to hit them with the Q generally. Without hitting them with the Q, you're only hitting them with dagger spins. So you want to put Zig, stop it. I just hear him laughing. Is he done? Alright. So I lost my train of thought because this is a little bitch. Okay. Yeah, early game you want to use your Q in your combos because it does a lot of damage. And that's why you want to play aggressive and zone them out with your E. You could have played so much more aggressive because the Ziggs was really scared of you, but you were playing so scared of him because you were afraid to get hit. So you're playing way too scared early. And I just hear fucking Ziggs. Get away. Oh my god. Okay. So that's one point. Your build was fine. Early game you wanted the extra damage, so you went longsword and Amtone. That's good. And then you built the Stork Shoes somewhere after the. I still hear him after the Gunblade. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. So after you got strong, you made the wrong moves to carry this game. Yeah, you were strong. Yeah, you could one-shot people, but you didn't make the right moves to push your lead. So what you had to do is, all right, let's see. I'm trying to make like an analogy here. So let's say you were in war, right? And you have 5 versus 5 in a war. And let's say you're really strong and you have the best gun and you know what to do. Or you have the best gun and you could pretty much one-shot everyone, right? So you go around and just one-shot people, but they have their base. And you can't take out the base on their own. You need your team, and you need, like, let's say your team has like this gun that can break walls like really easily or something. You need to get that person and help him out and bring him with you so that you can both take down that wall together. That's kind of what it's like here. You have to you got strong. Yeah, you got strong. You had the items, and yes, you were really strong to the point where you could one-shot Ziggs, you could one-shot Varus, you could even one-shot Thresh. That's 3 people on their team. So at that point, you want to get your team to kind of get up to your level too, so that all of you are strong. And one way by doing that is by roaming and helping your team pick up, like, applying pressure elsewhere so that your team has a better time and you have that pressure to kill them. So you're just the fact that you're like fucking, you have Gunblade, you have Deathcap, means that that's already huge pressure on them, because they're like, alright, what if Cat's in this bush? What if Cat's in this fog and she could jump out and just kill us all? It's like, oh, she's mid? Oh, she's pushing in mid? We can see her through the minion wave? Alright, she's not gonna be bot. Go mid, let's kill her. She's alone, because MF is bottom. You know, like, you gotta think about the position you're in, you gotta think about it in the enemy's perspective as well. But, other than that, you have to apply your pressure around the map. That's so important. This tower even shouldn't be up, honestly. Like, this top tower on the red side, because you were so strong to where, like, you could have pushed down bot both bot towers just by being there without even using any skills. You could have just sat there. You could have just been like, if you guys come close, I will fuck you guys up. And you guys would have taken both those. Easy. Easy. Like, if you think about it, you don't want to go in on a cat when she has all her abilities up, everything up. You don't want to go in on the cat, right? You didn't even... I would have made, like, out of... this Ziggs, dude. I would have applied more pressure without even using my skills. By just being in the right place at the right time. And knowing how to help out your team. And I think that was the biggest problem here. Yeah, you were strong, but you didn't use your lead correctly. And the point of League of Legends is to slowly wither at their base so that you can kill them. That's what the inhibs are there for. Inhibs are there so that you get minions so they can destroy towers and pressure their base. You know what I mean? So understand that concept of League of Legends. League of Legends is all about killing towers and killing their nexus, getting each tower and slowly withering and inching closer to the base where you can get their nexus, because nexus is the most important thing. That's the thing you want to get to. Your KDA doesn't matter if your nexus is dead because you didn't protect it, or like, let's say enemy had a fed as Ziggs, but he didn't make the right choices to protect the nexus. The nexus is what's keeping you guys in the game right now. That's the whole point of this game, to kill the nexus. So that's what you have to do. You have to work together and slowly wither away at their base and kill their nexus. And what's stopping us from killing the nexus is towers. So you gotta kill the towers slowly, one by one. And that's what you do. That's what you have to do. And here, in this case, you could have just like helped out your team and saw where they were and whatever, and then you could have done that easy. So there's that. What else is there? I think that was honestly the biggest issue. Your combos could have had a little work, but I think you knew you fucked up a combo at certain points, and there's no real way to like. There's no way to fix it. I'm like, oh, you should have W'd here, you should have Q'd here. Like, no, like that's just what practice is. Like, if you're not comfortable pressing buttons or in a certain way, then that just takes experience. That just practice. You just gotta know that, oh, I should have W'd there, I should have whatever, right? So that's fine. More or less, I think your combos are fine. I think you could have built voice staff earlier. I don't think Zhonya's was necessary, because the reason why you felt like Zhonya's was necessary was because you kept putting yourself in a position where you kept getting jumped and you kept getting outnumbered. So you kept getting focused. So you need that extra survivability so that when you do get focused, you could just Zhonya's and hopefully your team is there to help you. But the thing is, you didn't put yourself in a position where your team can help you and you just go in and Zhonya's and you die. You need to surround yourself with people that can protect you and people that will do damage for you so that you can kill them. Right? And that's basically what you got to do. You have to group with your team, you have to use your team and just put all your power together. And on top of that, you have Katarina in the back. That's like a fed ass Katarina too. That's insane. That's like insta win right there, pretty much. They didn't have a front line. They didn't have a good initiator either. Thresh was not doing well at all. Your team comp was obviously better, but you guys didn't group and you guys didn't play it right. So you guys didn't use the comp to its fullest potential. Let's see. So yeah, you didn't need Zhonya's there. If you had your team and for them to do damage, then you could have just cleaned up easy without Zhonya's, and just having the damage would have been fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Learn to play around towers, learn to help out your teammates, learn to apply pressure all around the map, play more aggressive early using your E rather than your Q, and build void staff when you think they're gonna have enough MR, because building void staff in this meta is super important, because Ma and not Ma, Edge of the Night is like built by like everyone now who abuses lethality. So make sure to focus void staff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the biggest point was the whole like trying to like group and figuring out how to end this game. That was the biggest thing. So that's the biggest thing you got to work on. So focus on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Good game, good game.